Welcome back to the SpeakInC.O.A.D podcast. This is Code. I'm sitting here with Chente, the homie, of course, and TBD, Teddy Bear Dynamite, as we bring you guys episode 6, part 2 of the aliens and UFOs and random stuff episode. We talk a little bit about frequencies and building the pyramids, and then we get a little bit into some fun facts. So enjoy the show.
So, after all that, what about that has to do with aliens?
We did get off on a tangent.
Oh, sorry, I went from time.
Well, I'm just saying, like, can you piece it? Can you piece it together? I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm just asking.
Yeah, for sure. So, long story short, I'll break it down like this: we didn't evolve, but we have devolved.
Well,
I feel like from the beginning, if we came from these Anunnaki and these beings and stuff, we didn't start off as dumb. We didn't start off as like, oh, we created the wheel. That's the only thing we've done. We've created fire. It's like, those are huge. We still use wheels today. Nobody changed the wheel. Nobody changed the way that you're cooking with gas and fire. Or
it went from wooden to rubber. We changed it a little bit.
And steel. And
yeah, well, if we were able to build, like humans, the pyramids and all that stuff, but we can't do that shit now.
Yeah, and even if, like, let's just say, for example, the Anunnaki, for example, were the fallen angels, or they were, let's just say that they were in charge and selling themselves as being deities or gods of some sort, mythologies, whatever, even if it's like Egyptian mythology or Greek mythology or Roman mythology, or they could have been bigger and known to being bigger and stuff too, like more popular. That's what I mean, like famous or infamous. Like, what if these things were like telling people, like, hey, you have to do this? They enslaved them, to do these things. And then they gave them the knowledge that they had back then. So then those people slowly got smart, or they slowly learned from the Anunnaki or these aliens, these ancient aliens or ancient astronauts.
Okay.
And they learned these tricks of the trade. It would almost be like you as a kid, all right, you learned how to walk, you learned how to run. Then we went to school and we learned English, we learned math, we learned history. There was no history there. They were the history. So what if they taught them the tools of the trade, or the different inner workings of stuff, like, hey, we're going to teach you how to use these frequencies. So then that way, all you have to do is you have to, like, create this thing that creates a weird frequency for specific things. So each thing that you need to move needs a specific frequency. So let's just say, for example, this 23-ton boulder needs to have this frequency set at this thing. And then what you're going to do is you're going to grab it and it's just going to vibrate. But because you have this thing on you, it's going to keep you from vibrating. But it's going to make the thing vibrate, and you're just going to move this all day long. So then they create these blocks, and then which they are able to, like, these normal people are able to lift these pyramids because this thing that they have on them is able to create a crazy frequency that makes everything move at its own. Everything around us can move with a specific frequency. Each thing has its own frequency that will make it move. Your phone, for example, if it vibrates from somebody calling, that's a frequency that makes it move. A razor blade, or a shaver, you put that on the table when you turn it on, it just vibrates and just moves right across. I learned that from Randall Carlson, by the way.
Okay.
I guess
music. You put that music on, people's booties start to going.
Oh, yeah. Because especially music, they go, let's feel the vibes.
Yeah.
They literally say,
feel the rhythm, feel the vibe.
Yeah.
Okay. That's how.
Yeah, I was thinking of Cool Running.
So you're saying the Anunnaki / possible aliens originally taught us these technologies.
Yes.
And then they left. And without their guidance, we started to kind of fall backwards.
Or if you think about it, like look at today, like these kids are like, oh, I don't need to do that. I'll just become a famous influencer or YouTuber or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, so what if these people are like, oh, I don't need that kind of knowledge. I'm already a king. You know, so they stop to forget it, and then there's no way of passing it down. Like if you don't practice with your mom for a recipe of some sort, you're not going to be able to make that same recipe like your mom did, or your kids aren't going to be able to if they're not learning it from you.
Or your dad.
Yeah, of course, or your dad. I mean, you teach your kids how to make tamales, and they're amazing.
Yeah.
They're the best.
So would you say, could you say that the aliens came down, helped us out, and then they trusted us to keep the teachings going, and then we just got lazy, which is obvious, or greedy, kept the secrets for ourselves.
Yep. Or you start mining, for example. They taught them like, hey, you have to mine for these specific things, and then they just said, you know what? Well, if this stuff is going to be our currency anyway, why don't we just keep it all, and then we'll keep the currency and we'll keep it within our bloodlines.
Yeah, the 13 bloodlines.
The 13 bloodlines, yeah.
I can see that.
So.
Into what he said, as into like, you said like, keep it to ourselves, keep it greedy.
Yeah.
Hold on, I think I lost my train of thought for a second. What he said to that about how they left and we stopped learning and we keep it to ourselves, keep it greedy. What if, UFOs? What if those, because when we touched on the Anunnaki, because they're possibly aliens, they're fallen angels, maybe aliens. There were times where they destroyed civilization. There was like one of the ones was they caused the Great Flood.
Yes.
Because like
the Poseidon one. Or the version of Poseidon, he was the one from the water?
Yeah, something like that. And like humans, I don't know if we overpopulated or we revolted. And they like flooded everything to get rid of us. Mm-hmm. So what if not everyone died? Mm-hmm. And so they flooded, they started over. They didn't know that some of us that still knew what they originally taught us were here. And then when they finally left, those ones that originally taught it passed it down to their son and their son and their son. And those 13 tribes or 13 bloodlines you guys are talking about, 13 families that were still left over that didn't die when they destroyed civilization.
That's very... So, to piggyback off of that, I have a really cool idea.
Okay.
So, we have the ancient astronauts, the aliens, the Anunnaki. Something came here, taught us how to do something. What if it was because not only did their planet run out of these materials? Remember, that's how the Anunnaki were. They needed to come here for the gold, so that way they mined the gold here or something like that, so they could bring it back to their planet.
Yeah.
What if the things that they were trying to bring back with them were stopping them from, like, they said, hey, we need you to do this for us.
Yeah.
They do it for them. They create a flood or a cataclysm, and then they bounce. Right? What if it's like the same thing with the cartel? Hey, dig this tunnel for us. Dig these tunnels for us. And then as soon as they get done digging the tunnels, they kill the engineer. They kill the people that make the tunnels.
Because they don't want
anybody else to know how or why they did it. So what if they came here to get the resources to get back to their planet? What if they got here by accident? And then...
Like Christopher Columbus.
Yes. And then remember you were talking about... you mentioned... Okay, before I go on too much of a tangent, let's just say, for example, the Tower of Babel. That was supposedly to reach God, right?
Yeah.
And everybody spoke the same language.
And he separated the languages.
What if... and I'll touch on this real fast. So the Tower of Babel, everybody spoke the same language. God separated everybody and tore down the tower. And everybody spoke their own language now.
Yes.
Well, nowadays, they have an app on their phone called Babbel, and it gets you to learn all these languages again.
Okay.
So the other thing, too, you mentioned, before I accidentally deleted this entire episode, are the Anunnaki the reason Pangea happened?
Yes.
And what if all these people spoke the same language? Or what if the language that they spoke was telepathic? Or telekinesis.
So they spoke to us like mentally. Like
or everybody could. What if everybody had that ability because their pineal gland wasn't calcified?
Okay.
So then once they did that and they started trying to revolt against them, what if that was their revolt? They go, hey, we'll just build a tower and get them out of here. You know, they could take the tower home. And they're trying to tell them, no, we can't get home like this. This isn't making sense. What if they caused a cataclysm? And that cataclysm not only destroyed the tower that they were doing, but how it separated everybody was causing Pangea.
So they not only separated the languages, so now we stopped you from being able to communicate telepathically. We give you a physical language that no one else has.
Yes.
And then we put you on this portion of land and we shove it here and shove that one there and split people up.
Yes.
Because as a collective, you can do this, but, you know, united we stand, divided we fall.
Yes.
And so they took that literally together, like, oh, you guys are doing all these great things, but you're getting too big for your britches.
Yep.
So we're going to divide you, separate you, make it so you can't communicate with each other. Mm-hmm. So we can still make you do what we want and need.
Or it might have been that's the way that they escaped Earth. When they escaped, maybe that caused another cataclysm because maybe it caused so much force that it caused a disaster, a natural disaster, an extra flood. The platelets to start to separate because of the water getting moved everywhere. Sense. Or that might have been during the Ice Age, because the Ice Age was everywhere in Europe and all throughout North America. It wasn't in these southern areas, you know. So like maybe even Antarctica, that wasn't icy down there. It was tropical. But then that shift and the poles swap.
That makes sense. Like I'm not sure like how well you could put everything together. But I'm pretty sure, just like with earthquakes, you know, they know the epicenter. They can trace it to the center.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if you can tell, like, if somebody out there could put it together, you know, the map for, like, Pangea's sake, how it was all connected.
Yeah.
Could they find a focal point of where it separated, and that could be where they launched from?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you were saying how they were super smart.
I think. Oh, yeah, because they're intelligence, because if they come from another planet.
Yeah, I mean, they could put so many different algorithms and stuff like that together. You know, like E equals MC squared.
But what if the aliens weren't as smart as we think?
I don't know.
What if they came to this planet like how America got started? We fled jolly old England.
So what if we were their hiding spot?
Yeah. What if they found a new world and they're like, yeah, let's colonize this mofo. And then here we are.
I just, get behind that.
How far behind?
Australia. I'm not sure if I mentioned this before.
No.
But Australia. It was a prison colony.
Yes.
Yes. But it was a prison colony, you know. The country sent all the rapists, the murderers, the criminals, the thieves, they sent them all there. And then now, today, it's its own country.
Yeah.
What if, like how he was saying, the Anunnaki, they were from a different planet, different dimension. And whether they were sent here or to escape punishment, they came here. And Earth is the Australia of the universe. And them combining with our species and their species made their own Australia. I can't think of any other way to say it. And I'm not ripping on Australia, but they created their own. We became our own society from our natural human descendants and the alien/Anunnaki descendants. And then maybe because, you know, people run their mouths and things get out, we realized that, you know, oh, they're from somewhere else and they've been manipulating and controlling us. And then that's the flood, that's the earthquakes, that's the volcanoes going off, the cataclysms that have happened throughout history is them tampering us back down during revolts. And then once we got so far advanced and they thought, oh, maybe we can find a different planet, or maybe when we go back, people have forgotten. And then they left, and then we're still the results of all of their gene combining, their gene splicing, and the knowledge they brought and left behind.
Gene therapy.
Blue
genes.
Gene Hackman.
Oh, yeah. Billy Jean.
Jolie.
Oh, that's different. So, and then, Chente, you might be able to touch on this. So, what kind of UFOs do you think that the first ancient aliens or ancient astronauts or Anunnaki flew or drove?
Piloted?
Or yeah.
No, I don't know, bro.
Do you think it was a 57 Chevy? Or do you think it was
a Duece and a quarter, bro?
64 Impala.
With that diamond in the back, yeah. Ooh. Had to be at least 62 to 64 Impala. We're talking slam, front and back hydros, 18 batteries in the back, 100 spoke rims. Gotta be the D's, though.
Damn.
With midnight purple paint?
Slam!
With the purple rain, yo. They got the dice hanging in the mirror. They got a Chihuahua Bobble Head on the dashboard. Ooh. And they're rolling.
It's a Chihuahua Wawa. It's the one with the 2 heads.
I was gonna say Chihuahuas look like the aliens of dogs.
They look
so
or
that
rats.
Or rats of dogs. But so that would make sense.
Yeah.
That Chihuahuas are like an alien pet that got left behind.
Or a pug. Isn't it from Men in Black?
Yes.
Sorry.
I don't feel like a pug is alien. I feel like the pug is the platypuses of dogs.
Platypus?
It was the leftover of different dogs that got put together.
No.
Because the platypus is like
a duck in a
duck.
They say that the most painful sting to mankind is a platypus sting.
Yeah.
Ew. Wait, what do they sting you with?
They got a barb.
Ew. Yeah. Are you sure?
Yeah, bro.
The duck-billed thing with the beaver tail?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's that barb at?
In his mouth. I think it more like bite. It doesn't so much sting as it bites.
That was somewhere else. Thought that was going to turn into a black hole.
Or do they have like a spike on their tail? I can't remember.
That was going to be a black holes episode. Oh, no.
But that's how... I know people that love pugs are going to hate me, but I feel that about pugs.
Yeah, like, I don't like pugs.
Whoever was creating the animals was like, we need one more dog.
Or what about a Shih Tzu? Those things look like Furbies.
Yeah, or so do Pomeranians.
Yeah.
But a pug is like, oh, we have this leftover from a wiener, and we have this leftover from a bulldog. And
I was like, a wiener? What?
Yeah, a wiener dog.
Oh, okay.
We have this leftover from a bulldog. We still have this German Shepherd tongue. Like, yeah, put it all together and you get a pug.
Yeah, let's push its face all the way in where it can't breathe. And it just snores and grunts and makes all these weird breathing issues.
Oh, man.
The other one I was going to ask, too, I was going to ask you something else about the pug. Oh, you know the dragon from Never Ending Story?
Oh, the dog dragon?
Wait, hold up. Breaking news, y'all.
What's that?
The barb is in their ankle.
Ankle? Which one?
It's like, you know how cats have that weird back thumb thing?
Oh.
It's kind of like that.
A D-claw?
It looks like a claw, but I mean.
And is it on their front feet or their back feet?
It looks like their front.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Like, who's gonna they would have to hump you to get it on the back foot.
Well, I've seen dogs hump people before, sadly. So it's not yogurt on your pants.
No. It's
yogurt. It's yogurt.
The toenails on the back of the foot. If it was on the back of the foot, it would almost have to hump you.
Well, that's what this looks like.
Okay.
It's crazy looking.
Platypuses are weird.
Yeah, maybe those are actual what are they called? Cryptids. Where it's they got chupacabra. If you showed somebody a freaking platypus, if
that's not real.
If they didn't go to the zoo before or know about it.
I went to the zoo. I've been several times in my life. Second grade.
I think we've all have.
Yeah. Wait, no, that's what I'm saying. Name one time you've seen a platypus at a zoo.
Probably in the river area by the otters.
I've seen the otters. I've seen beavers. I've seen all.
I don't think I've ever seen a platypus, a live platypus.
Where are they from?
I have no idea.
Aren't they from Australia? Earth.
If they are from Australia, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, because that's where they sent all the bad animals too.
I mean, that's why you got spiders the size of my hand.
Yeah, and snails that have wieners that will poison you and you'll die immediately.
But yeah, we got to find out where platypuses are from.
Did not go there. I don't want to get clawed.
I think Chente is finding out.
Yeah.
Oh no! Don't give me too much credit, yo.
Oh, okay. He's still in search. While he's in search,
is there anything else you want to talk on?
No, I think we should probably end this one before we
get into
go off track again. Yeah.
Okay.
We did kind of derail.
Oh, maybe that will help us transition
to our next episode.
Transition to the next episode.
Platypus are found in eastern Australia, from the steamy tropics of far north Queensland.
Yep. Well, if they were born here, they probably would have got killed off.
Well, yeah, we did
for their hats.
I was going to say fur traded.
Yeah. And there ain't no glands.
Oh, yeah, so we can get vanilla ice cream.
I've been playing too many Red Dead Redemption. And I'm drinking vanilla.
Oh, man. There was something I was going to say before we went off into that.
Australia, platypuses.
Platypuses.
Yep.
Another thing that throws me off is they're considered mammals, but they lay eggs.
No, they don't.
I swear.
Yeah, they do. They lay eggs.
They lay eggs, but they're considered a mammal.
They're one of the few mammals that lay eggs, and one of the few mammals to have a barb.
What's another animal that lays eggs?
Another mammal?
No, another mammal, not animal.
No other mammal lays eggs.
He said one of the only mammals.
That's what this said.
Yeah, if there's others, there might be more.
Only
or maybe it said one of the only.
Yeah, because as far as I know, like human females.
So mammals that lay eggs.
Of them, but they don't.
There are only 5 living Monotrium species: the duck-billed platypus, the Echidna, whatever, Knuckles from Sonic.
Oh, Echidna.
Yep.
What the heck was he? He wasn't a hedgehog?
No, he was an Echidna. I can't say it's like a hedgehog, but I think it looks similar. It's
like a hedgehog, kinda like a tiny hedgehog that looks like the needles hurt, like a porcupine. Yeah. But they kind of have like a platypus nose if it wasn't that soft. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yes.
I like the way Knuckles.
She said yes.
All right. Well, you want to close out, and we will start the next episode if you're down.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Thank you. Oh wait, who's closing out? I'm sorry, I jumped again.
You can. You want to introduce
now? Like now I can. Sorry.
Sorry.
Okay. All right, everyone. Thank you for listening about our UFO and alien episode. But we're going to sign out now. This is Chente the homie. Duece.
This is Theodore Dy-No-Mite telling you to have a good night.
This is Conspiracy of a Deadman, and I will go to bed now.